2 years ago, and when I looked 10 years younger, my dream of owning a Fiat Coupe 20-valve turbo became a reality when Ant, the owner of this place, messaged me and offered me a high mileage example that needed work to be put back on the road.
With 204,000 miles on the odometer, rough paintwork and plenty of oil leaks, we did what any self-respecting new owner would do and swapped the oil and oil filter and replaced the spark plugs. Then my new Fiat Coupe was strapped to a dyno and put to work. 244 horsepower was the result, proving that this engine was a good one.
Then a couple of weeks later, Fabrizio and I were back at Autosportivo for some upgrades, including a larger intercooler, G-Tech 2 chip and a hybrid turbo.
The resulting dyno runs netted a new maximum figure of 282 horsepower. But this wasn't to last long, because with every dyno thereafter, that power plummeted to 253 horsepower. This was later found out to be a boost leak, meaning the coupe was, once again, closing in on 300 horsepower.
And then my love story with the mighty coupe took a dumb turn after I challenged myself to respray the entire car with rattle cans and a budget of no more than £300.
And while the prep, primer and colour application part of the respray actually looked semi-respectable, it was the all-important lacquer finish that we completely messed up. With more runs than Mo Farah, ugly reactions to the primer and general half-arsery, the coupe ideally needed stripping completely back and painting professionally, meaning thousands in expenses which effectively wrote off the car.
And then we bought an Alfa Brera that needed a lot of work and manpower to make it road legal. So again, I called Ant and he offered to do the job free of charge, but in return for the Fiat Coupe that I had effectively ruined. And now I'm very pleased to announce that I'm not only joined by Ant himself, but by the very car I ruined almost 2 years ago. Ant, welcome back to the channel. Bapadi.
Bapadi.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm right. How are you?
I'm very well. Firstly,
yeah,
I'm really sorry for effectively writing off this car, but Fabrizio looks so much better.
Yeah.
So who owns him? What's changed?
Yeah.
And why is he here?
Well, it's got paint on it now.
It does have paint, and that wasn't our paint, was it? You didn't flat and polish it and it came up like this?
So basically, when it come, I didn't have the heart, Alex, to break it for parts.
This is why we like you.
And I was stupid enough to take it to a body shop, and when I took it there, he looked at me with disgust, and I said, just chuck a colour on it, just see what happens.
Yeah.
And he did, bless him, and it come back like this.
So can I ask, right? So he would have had to strip all of the shit that we put on, all the way back, pretty much to metal.
Yeah.
And then primer and then respray it.
Yeah.
How much did that cost?
It was a bit of a gamble, and I just said, I'll give you £900, £800 or £900, it's something like that.
Wow.
And because I've known him for such a long time, he was like, okay, but if it reacts, don't come back to me. And I was like, that's the gamble I took.
Yeah.
And look at it.
I know, it does look good. This is the result that I wanted with rattle cans, but the result was very, very different. And now this car is on 207,000 miles.
Yeah.
I got it 204, so it's a high mileage hero.
Yep.
Still going. Now, Ant, who owns this lovely motor vehicle?
So a chap called Chris, he contacted me asking me if it was for sale. It wasn't really for sale because I thought I'm just going to keep it. And with it being high mileage, I thought it's not worth selling. He come down, he absolutely loved it. And this was when it was your Shedfest show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He purchased it actually before then. I was like, well, look, I will sell it to you, but let me take it to the Shedfest show.
Yeah.
So he collected it after that and he drove it all the way back to Bristol. And then after that, he took it to France.
Yeah, he took it to the Dordogne.
Yeah.
Dordogne. I mean, that's got to be like 500 or 600 miles from Bristol.
So it's actually been a trooper.
Yes.
It's with us now because I've got to fix, he wants the aircon working. The boost pipe at the front is low, so we're going to redo all that for him.
Yep.
MOT and rear discs and pads and handbrake, just general little stuff.
Yeah, just general maintenance. And let's not forget, this is a high mileage hero, right? 207,000 miles, and it is still running. And this is testament to these engines.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking into these, I thought, oh, 5-cylinder Fiat engine, it's just going to blow up, turbocharged, nearly 300 horsepower. But they are really reliable, aren't they?
The engine itself, the car for Corona, no, but these engines are bulletproof.
And Chris has been kind enough to actually say that I'm allowed to drive Fabrizio up and down the road a little bit just to experience him.
He said, if you bin it, you win it.
How much is this car worth? I mean, high mileage, it's a bit leggy.
Do you know what? I used to be able to pick them up really cheap, but now this this year, they've started to creep up. £3,000 for a ropey one now.
Yeah.
So they're going up.
But I still think fantastic value for money. Say £5,000 for a semi-decent one.
Definitely.
You get 270, 280 horsepower. You can hybrid turbo them. Engines are bulletproof. It's all the rest of it that kind of goes wrong because it's Italian. But fantastic looking Pininfarina designs and one of my favourite ever coupes.
And now a quick shout out to this week's video sponsor, Holy, who not only look after us, but the entire Auto Alex multiverse. And we genuinely, and I mean genuinely, love what Holy have to offer, because if, like us, good hydration is something you struggle with, then Holy's super low calorie alternative to unhealthy and expensive energy drinks should be on the top of your list. And that's because Holy ditches sugar, taurine, and anything artificial to give you 100% natural fruit flavors and colors for a great tasting drink that's super low in calories. Holy's Starter Set Deluxe is a great way to get you started on your Holy journey and includes 42 servings of Holy's best-selling flavors, 2 free milkshake samples, and a free Holy bottle. Because raspberries are the best fruit and because I'm running really low on sleep, I am loving Holy's Raspberry Raptor, which tastes great and gives me a much needed boost during the day. Simply pour a sachet into some water, give it a shake, and hey presto, you've got a tasty and healthy energy drink in seconds. Nice. That's good. So if Holy sounds like something you guys could benefit from, then use the code AUTOALEX5 for £5 off your first order, and for every order after that, use the code AUTOALEX for 10% off. Right then, back to it.
Thank you very much for saving Fabrizio, and also Chris, thank you very much for allowing me to drive Fabrizio, which I think I should go and do right now. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. The amazing thing about this particular Fiat Coupe 20-valve turbo is that it has been saved from being parted out as a parts car by Autosportivo, not once, but twice. Now, little things like the indicators, they're the same as on a Ferrari 360, I believe, so they go on eBay and you can really hike up the price, and body panels galore, they really do sell for quite a lot of money. So that's why you don't see many of these cars out on the road. I am very, very much looking forward to planting my right foot and yeah, just getting a taste again of that explosive power. Here we go, let's go for an acceleration. Foot flat, nothing, 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 and then all hell breaks loose and all the boost comes in. It almost feels like it just comes in 100% at about 3,500, 4,000 RPM. Oh, this thing is wild, it's amazing. I love Fiat Coupe 20-valve turbos. They are so affordable, they are so fun, and they look fantastic. Now, this car does 4 things really, really well. Number 1, looks, like I mentioned, Pininfarina designed. There is nothing like this on the open road. I think it's one of the best sports coupe ever to come out of Italy. Fight me if you don't agree. Now, the second thing this thing does very, very well is the noise. Again, I'm going to accelerate in 2nd gear. From inside the cabin, I'm getting loads of induction noise, exhaust, 5 cylinders, bit of turbo whoosh. Oh, yes! Oh, it's so fast! Number 3, the engine is absolutely bulletproof. Again, 207,000 miles, and used to own one on 217,000 miles. So if you're going into one of these cars and if you're expecting it to be really unreliable mechanically, then you'd be mistaken. It's just everything else around it that goes wrong. And the 4th thing, arguably the most important aspect of a car like this, is the way it makes you feel. Now remember, it's affordable, it's fast, and as soon as you put your foot down, just massive grin. The noise, oh God, it makes your whole body tingle. It's so good, like all the hairs are standing on edge. Oh, what an amazing car. Now, one thing that's really not good about this car is a turning circle. Italian coupes and saloons with big engines, they've got a turning circle of a bus. Right, why is the indicator still going? Right, oh, they're not, just listen to that. Pinned back into my seat. Oh, just the induction. This is very, very hard to beat. Oh, I've really, really missed this car. I really love it. And to Chris, if and when you come and sell, please give me first refusal. Yes, he's a little bit rough around the edges, not Chris, the car, but Fabrizio is just just fantastic in every single way, except for steering, which is quite slow. The manual throw on the gearbox as well is a little bit long. It feels a little bit baggy. The whole car feels a little bit baggy. Ideally, a car like this needs to have, I don't know, a couple of grand spending on it to refresh the brakes, to refresh the suspension, drop links, all of that stuff. There's a few little knocks here and there, but it is just such an honest Italian sports coupe with a 5-cylinder turbocharged engine, nearly 300 horsepower. Life as a petrol head does not get much better than a car like this. Listen to the whooshy whooshy noises. I've got my foot flat to the floor. Nothing is happening. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And then you get to around 3,500 RPM and everything just explodes into fire and flames in the engine bay. Yes, one last pull. Wow! This is so good. This is so good. If you feel like you're falling out of love with cars for whatever reason, sit your ass in a turbocharged Italian coupe and just put your foot flat to the accelerator. And everything will just make sense again, because I'm so happy and my face is hurting from smiling. I'm not sleeping well at the moment because my daughter is nearly 6 months old and we're trying to sleep train her and she's teething, and I'm lucky if I get about 4.5 hours sleep. But this has completely woken me up and it's just reset my mood for a fantastic day. Let's go for one more, shall we? Listen to it! And it's so torque steery and it's so leery, and just the explosive power. It's just the best thing ever. I love it. Absolutely love it. Right, so after 2 years and having done wrong by Fabrizio, I'll admit, I pretty much wrote him off. I'm very, very happy to say that I've driven him again. He looks fantastic. He's being enjoyed by new owner Chris as well. Yep. And you have not only saved this car once from the brink of death, but twice as well. So to you, and thank you very much for sticking with Fabrizio. If you've got an Alfa Romeo, a Fiat, or anything Italian that's a bit crap, take it to Ant because he can fix everything.
We can't.
Yeah, well, you've got a Fiat Coupe on the ramp there. You've got an assortment of other stuff in there. You've got a 147 GTA in the back, which we might see a little bit more of on our channel and also on Ant's. Thank you very much for watching this channel. Please consider subscribing if you want to see more kind of reviews of cool cars like this. And to Ant again, bappity pawpity.
Bappity pawpity.
We'll see you soon. And subscribe to Auto Sportivo as well,
Yes.
because he's got good stuff there as well.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, Fabrizio. I'm now going to have a look on Auto Trader because I need one again.